There's never a dull day in the Miami Hurricane universe, is it? Is it? Now today's people are going crazy. There are some people who's excited for REESE Poffenbarger. And there's some people who are upset about REESE Poffenbarger. And there's some people crazy comparing them to Johnny Manziel. Oh, Lord. But it's always something good to talk about in days like this. I love creating the content. I want to say, hey, shout out to everybody who has signed up with the Kane Gang membership. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys mean more than you know. And make sure you're checking the membership tab daily for the extra content. But let's talk about this REESE Poffenbarger, and let me give you my opinion on this. Now, this is a kid who dominated at the FCS level, led it in passing with over 3,000 yards, 36 touchdowns. Y'all seen that stat since he entered the transfer portal. Came from Albany, has 2 years of eligibility. That's what I really like right there. If you're going to bring somebody in, 2 years of eligibility, I like it. Now, what does this mean? I'm going to tell you how I take this, right? Because I've watched this film. I watched every pass, every run he did against Marshall, and I've looked at several highlights. And I've looked at some lowlights. And let me give you my take on him as a player. He's mobile, which I like. He's athletic, which I like. Some of his throws are it's hard because I watch one throw where he's on one leg and he throws it cross body 40 yards. It was inaccurate, but the arm strength got it there. Then I watch a play where he rolls out and throws it and it's underthrown and somebody picks it off. So what I see is an inconsistent passer. And while I was watching his film, I'm comparing him to JB11 because in my opinion, JB is the best quarterback on this roster. So every quarterback that we're looking at, I'm comparing them to JB. So while I'm watching it, I'm saying that stuff that he's doing, I could see JB doing it. I really could. Now, if you look at it from the matter of REESE is coming in automatic day one starter, I don't believe that is the case. And if that is the case, I can see how some people would be upset. But I believe we got to look at this as we added another quarterback to the quarterback room. With this addition, our quarterback room has improved. You brought in a veteran quarterback who has produced at his level and who has things he can work on, but he also has 2 years of eligibility, which gives him time to work on those things. Now, you look at JB, and it's a quarterback battle. You look at Emory, it's a quarterback battle. You know, I have said from the not from the jump, I don't want to lie, because I said from the jump, get Cam Ward, get Will Howard. That's who I wanted. But if we didn't get them, we need to hand the keys over to JB and Emory and let them battle. Well, to me, we just added another quarterback for them to battle for the starting position. I don't think this is the type of quarterback that's going to come in and say, you're our starter. Cam Ward, you will be our starter. Will Howard, he would be the type to say you are a starter. I don't think REESE is that. I think REESE is in here to make the quarterback room better and to add competition. And if he outplays JB, and he could end up being our starter. But I do believe it's going to be a competition. Now, shout out to Canesville because I know they have great connections. And I've heard Streeter say this. So shout out to them. They put out great content. I've heard it, according to him, say that JB's mindset is that no matter who they bring in, no matter if he plays or if he doesn't, he wants to improve as a passer. JB's mindset, according to Streeter, is that he already knows he can run. He already knows he's athletic. He already knows he's big and strong, but he wants to improve as a passer. So last year, that was his goal. This year, that could be his goal. The question is, will you improve on the sideline or will they let him in the games to start? In my opinion, even with Reese, now this is just my opinion, the best quarterback is JB. That's my opinion on that. When you look at Reese's film, you have to ask yourself, would he play better with better weapons? Right? So, it's tough to grade somebody from the FCS level or to look at somebody from the FCS level because you ask those questions. Would they play better with better talent around them? Would they play worse? Against better defenses, which he's going to face at this level? My question to you, and this is something I have to do my research on, guys. Is there a quarterback who played well at the FCS level, moved up to Power 5, and had a good season? I need those in the comments. Y'all help me out. Because I'm going to start looking for those examples. You guys help me out and find it. But if people ask me, and I want to say this too, just how I said that about Reese, you can apply that to Ja'Cory Brown against Rutgers. And you say, well, what do you mean by that, Grant? Well, when you're watching that game versus Rutgers, you also can say he didn't have Matt Lee. He didn't have Javion Cohen. He didn't have Mark Fletcher. He didn't have Kobe Young. That's a good group of talent right there that could make a difference in how your quarterback plays. But I want to know what you guys think on this, because I know, and I would like to make a comment video if we get enough comments, if we get enough questions about the quarterback room. You guys let me know. Maybe some of you guys think Emory's the best quarterback. Maybe some of you guys think Reese is the best quarterback. Maybe some of you guys think JB's the best quarterback. Let me know in the comments. Ask me questions, and I'll try to make a comment video. Y'all know how I do if you're a regular on this channel. If you're a regular, shout out to you. I appreciate you. But this is interesting, and it's also going to be interesting to see if this is the last quarterback Miami brings in. Because Tua's little brother, Talia Tagovailoa, he's still in the transfer portal trying to get a waiver. Big Ten all passing leader. So if he gets a waiver, does he want to come to Miami? And then if he gets thrown in the fire, oh man, it's possible that Miami could add another quarterback. It's possible. We'll see if it happens. But basically, to shorten this up, I like adding Reese because it's going to add some depth. It's going to add some competition. Bring them in. Let them compete for the starting job. Let the best man win. Competition should make you better. It should. But this day and age, we all know, with the transfer portal, a lot of people don't want to compete. They just want to dip out. That's why I do give JB11 a lot of credit. I do give Emory a lot of credit. Not only have they stayed to play football, to stay in Miami, to compete, they haven't made a big fuss about this. They haven't been crying. They haven't been being a distraction. They just been working. And I appreciate those young men. Reese, welcome to Miami. Put your hard hat on. Let's go to work. Now, real quick, Devontae Brown, former Miami Hurricane, transfers to Florida State. And it's just like, the second year this has happened, except for the difference is now the NCAA has ruled that if you transfer, you can transfer twice and play right away. And to me, I mean, it really takes the fun out of the rivalry. Like it kind of takes the fun out of college football a little bit. Now, I'm the type where I've been screaming and yelling players should get paid. I've been very happy about the transfer portal. But I'm not a fan of the if you transfer twice, you get to play right away. That's, to me, is kind of crazy. This whole situation now, we could be screaming and yelling talking about Mark, put him on a stretcher, Fletcher. And then he could dip out the next year. Not saying he's going to do that, just using him as the example. Like I do miss the days where somebody was a Miami Hurricane and you knew you were going to root for them 3 or 4 years. And if they left, at least it was going to be that buffer year to where, you kind of forgot about it. But Devontae Brown comes to Miami. Oh, this is about the you. Oh, you got to love Miami because the history, the heritage, not saying that he said all this, but this is the things that people say when they commit. Then you transfer to Florida State. Now, the question is how big of a loss this is. It's not. Let's keep it 100. This is not a big loss. Now, if his brother, Damari, decides to leave, a young gunner like that, who was put in the fire last year, do y'all remember that hit Damari Brown had against Bethune-Cookman? Knocked the man helmet off. If he decides to leave and go to Florida State, to me, that would be a loss. Devontae Brown was a kid who came over, did have high hopes. He was at UCF, came to Miami. He got a reputation for pass interferences. And I believe he earned that reputation. He did play some snaps, but really didn't do that much of a significance. Maybe with Florida State because, they built their whole team off of a 1-year run. They got all the 1-year transfers just because, they're all leaving. So they got to add a whole lot of more people and stuff like that. Their whole shit about to get rocked. Devontae can make an impact over there. We'll see. But my overall thought of Devontae Brown going to Florida State, same thing with Darrell Jackson, is just like, things are really changing. We know college football is changing, but it's getting spooky, right? It's getting spooky when a player can play for a rival, then the next year go over there, then go play against them. In my opinion, I think players should be able to transfer one time and play right away. One time, then play right away, unless the coaching staff is fired or moves on. I think that should be a stipulation as well. But it's not like that, and it's getting spooky. It's getting crazy. It's getting weird, and change is happening. This isn't the college football that we've known and loved. Things are changing. So, REESE Poffenbarger commits to Miami, and Devontae Brown, former Miami Hurricane, moves over to Florida State. Let me know what you think about both of these topics. I'm out. Peace.